Hey everybody! So, for today's vlog, I would like to talk about the two historical domain figures that have finally appeared in the flesh in Reconstruction. They are Ulysses S Grant and John Singleton Mosby. So, I will start out with Ulysses S Grant. Grant was elected president in 1868 and didn't really know what he was supposed to be doing as much as his supporters and he would have liked. He was very susceptible to taking lavish presents from admirers, which came back to bite him in more ways than one. He also was under a lot of fire for the company he chose to keep. He was frequently seen with a lot of investors that were less than scrupulous. The three worst of the lot were Jay Gould, James Fisk, and Amos Spencer. In spite of Grant's attempts to rectify the situations, he put Gould and Fisk pretty much out of business for trying to corner the gold market and landed Amos Spencer in prison for trying to continue the slave trade. The damage had already been done to both Grant's reputation and the new Union's economy, particularly that of the South. However, Grant, in spite of his shortcomings, did try to be a good president. He was a staunch supporter of the Reconstruction and rehabilitation of the South, including voting rights for freedmen and rights for the Southern people. However, in spite of his high aims, he did not often follow through with them. Next up is John Singleton Mosby, aka the Gray Ghost, who I had never heard of until I was doing research for Reconstruction, and as soon as I heard about him, I thought he was so interesting that I had to give him a Voltapunk makeover and put him in the story. In spite of Mosby's initial reticence about secession, he joined one of the first regiments raised by Virginia for the Confederacy, and very quickly gained a reputation as an excellent fighter and very good strategist. In 1863, Mosby gained permission to assemble his own guerrilla cavalry to harass Sherman and Harrison's supply lines during the March to the Sea. He earned his title, the Gray Ghost, for his elusiveness and almost supernatural abilities to disappear after every raid. However, Mosby was no more or less human than anyone else, and he quickly met his match in the form of Colonel Isaac Benjamin, also known as Ben the Butcher to the Confederacy. Benjamin was frequently ordered to chase Mosby down during his raids and on the battlefields, and a rivalry quickly sprung up between the two men. Following the end of the war, strangely enough, Mosby was able to strike up an respectful, almost friendship with Ulysses S Grant. They met during Grant's campaign, and Mosby considered him an honorable adversary and was a huge supporter of Grant's policies towards pardoning the South. However, these views that Mosby adopted and then his public friendship with Grant quickly made him a pariah among the other Southerners, and didn't exactly help Grant's reputation either. Upon being elected, Grant very quickly made Mosby emissary to Hong Kong, partially for Mosby's safety, but also to help salvage his now slightly damaged reputation. So there you have it, Mosby and Grant. I highly recommend checking out their actual histories. They're both very, very interesting figures, and the articles that I looked at to research the both of them are significantly more in-depth than anything that I have the time to talk about right now. And on a different note, I will be taking topics for my next vlog, so be on the lookout for that. Also, I know you noticed that my last publication was a little bit late. I apologize for that. I've got a 9-to-5 grown-up job now with a killer commute, so I will be sticking to my every other Wednesday posting schedule. However, I will be changing the time to the evenings, probably around 8 or 9 o'clock Central Time. And Again, don't forget to like and favorite this video and to subscribe for more historical tidbits. Also, do not forget to leave the story a plus vote. I am completely ecstatic because thanks to all of you guys, Reconstruction has broken 1,000, so thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I love all of you. You're the best. And you should definitely check out Reconstruction's shiny new TV tropes page made by the fabulous Kent, who is behind the camera right now. It is great and beautiful, and I am way, way, way too excited about it all the time. And the recommended song for this chapter is Big Sky by Two Steps from Hell. It's got this really awesome Old West Travelers kind of feel to it, so I figured that it would be appropriate for obvious reasons. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the next chapter.